Hello friends, I'm Horace Levy, author of the series of blogs I'm starting today under the title What Jamaicans Want. I'm using YouTube for the sake of reaching my fellow Jamaicans in the diaspora. It's for their sake that the intro that follows includes so much on my background. I'm a born and bred Jamaican. I've spent most of my life in Jamaica. In the 1970s, I helped workers in Westmoreland cane fields form themselves into cooperatives. In the 80s and 90s, I supported rural communities to organize for survival. In the 2000s, I taught in the Department of Sociology of the University of the West Indies, UWI, and as a member of the Peace Management Initiative, PMI, I worked for 17 years among unattached youth in Kingston's deprived communities to end war and generate a current of peace. Numerous articles on this theme were printed in the newspapers in this period over my name. My desire now with What Jamaicans Want is to share my thoughts on current issues. I strongly hope that you will share back your reactions. I'm a good listener. I want to hear and to learn from you. And so here I am beginning my first blog, and its title is Moving the Country by Education. Over several weeks, newspaper pages have been dominated by school news. It isn't just because of the new school year opening in September with all that entails, as you parents well know. School books, fees, uniforms, and the like. The hot issue is the shortage of teachers. It's worldwide. It means that the rich countries like the UK, with a need for 40,000, are offering big money to suck out of poor nations their veteran and best teachers. The challenge to Jamaica is to retain its teachers, especially because a good number of them are really good, and this is recognized by other countries. And also because their salaries here in Jamaica are much smaller than in the rich countries. This is not new. It's been that way for years, but it's got much worse over the past decade, over the past few years. It is affecting now not just schools, but also teacher training institutions. These are receiving much fewer applications for teaching, and they're even losing their own teachers, a few. Dr. Garth Anderson, principal of the Anglican-founded Church Teachers College, recently stated as his considered view that we have to go back to when teacher training was sponsored by the government, where at least 90% of the costs were covered by the state, and students had minimum tuition to pay. Although in different terms, the Orlando Patterson government-sponsored commission made the same point. Patterson, a Jamaican, is a Howard University sociology professor. What is sadly very clear about this problem is the absence of any forward thinking. Instead, there is a short-term knee-jerk reaction of importing teachers from abroad. There is essentially a refusal to address the basic reasons why teachers are leaving. These are, first, low remuneration, which covers not only salary but also access to motor vehicles, housing and other benefits. And secondly, in many instances, poor working conditions, such as classrooms divided by only halfway blackboards, the two-shift system, and the lack of whiteboards. I'll come back to you in a couple of days with the second half that I have to say to you on moving Jamaica forward with education.